Howdy dandy do, neighbors, and welcome to the 10 at 10. Guys, I'm Tim Nichols of MrMaple.com, and we're going to talk about 10 of the 20 trees getting listed today at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for March 19th of 2026. I'm here with my friend Corbin Wildcat, and we're going to talk about some really cool trees that are getting listed. There's a secret 10 on MrMaple.com. If you sign up for our weekly email, you can be emailed for the other 10 before the 10 a.m. release happens. So make sure you sign up there on MrMaple.com. Guys, let's get into the 10 at 10.
Yeah, I'm excited because today we're starting off with an awesome Acer Palmatum Asayake, man.
Yeah, it's a selection by Neil Facillo, one of our friends down in Georgia. He found this as a chance seedling and named it Asayake. It is beautiful. If you give Asayake some sunlight, it is actually more of a yellow color out there in the sunlight. It's very durable. It's got a good, strong weeping habit. It goes green late in the season. And in the fall, it has some of the most intense pink oranges that I've seen. That's actually why it became so popular at our Buckholtz farm. I sent it to Talon early on when we got a hold of it, and Talon loved the fall color on Asayake because it is just an intense, just peach pink orange that is really beautiful in the fall. And that's the reason he loved it and started producing it quite a bit. And the reason why we're able to offer it in such bigger numbers now is because Talon loved it so much, he already was producing tons of them at the Buckholtz farm.
Yeah, man, I just love like that transitional period that these lace leaves always go to. You know, you get that really nice lime color at the start of this one, and then it just keeps picking up, and then that fall color really starts to hit. And I mean, I remember this past fall, man, getting some awesome B-roll of this one. It looks super beautiful, and yeah, this is one that continues to pop up on my radar. I haven't, dove in just yet, but it's definitely one that, makes me, start looking at this thing a little bit different just from seeing it through each season. All right, guys. Every rose has its thorn, man, but not this one. We got Acer Palmatum Tiger Rose.
Guys, Tiger Rose is a beautiful tree. I love Tiger Rose. It's got a little bit more elongated leaf, and it's got a little more upright, more narrow form than some of the other reticulated styles. It's got some really nice green veining throughout the leaf. It's a selection by Talon Buckholtz, and it's a tree that I fell in love with. Years ago, we were trying to get Dad new cultivars, and so we would go to garden centers and different places and find a cool cultivar for him for Father's Day, for Christmas. And this is actually one of the trees that we got for our dad for Father's Day was Tiger Rose. We planted one in the ground at my parents' home, and I fell in love with it because in the springtime, it has so many blooms on it. It is beautiful. You get just this really nice rose-colored blooms on this in the early spring, and it contrasts so well with the reticulated foliage. For a Japanese maple, I would consider this one a fairly prolific bloomer in my experience. Now, you need some sunlight to really be able to allow the most prolific blooms, but man, this thing is beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I love seeing this one in, that full specimen size. That elongated leaf really just does add a little bit to that texture. I love the reticulation on this one too. Something just so beautiful looking up through that tree with that reticulation, that kind of bicolored leaf going on, and the sun just shining through. This is one you're gonna wanna enjoy up close and personal, man, because it is such a beautiful tree. Guys, next up, you love it, you gotta have it. We got the Acer Oliveranum Hot Blonde, man.
Hot Blonde is one of our introductions here at Mr. Maple. It's part of our Heat Seeker series. It's one of the more heat-tolerant Japanese maples you can grow. It seeks out the sunlight, and it gives you that yellow color out there in the landscape, which is unusual because most yellows can't handle the sun. Hot Blonde is vigorous. It gets out there. And as the summer goes on, it gets more and more yellow. In the early spring, you make it a little bit of a sort of red border around the edge. And that's because this is a hybrid with Acer Shirasolanum Aureum, the golden full moon maple, which has something similar, but this has that Acer Oliveranum style leaf, good vigor, more heat tolerant, more vigorous, and the fall color is amazing. I mean, just bright orange reds and one of the best fall color maples you can have in the garden. It's so colorful all throughout the season.
Yeah, man, I mean, this is, if you're just getting started out, or you're trying to, set somebody down the path of the Japanese maple gardener, I think this is a great tree to pick up or send out. It's one that is really kind of low maintenance comparatively to some of the crazy Japanese maples we got. But you're just going to get that craziness of the color, of the heat tolerance, of the beauty. I love the shape on this one too, man. You know, it's just like kind of this nice upright vase shape. It just kind of, I guess, ejects itself like into the garden. It looks almost like a firework during that fall time, man. And I love the leaf shape too. It's just, there's a lot of things to like about this tree.
The summer flushes where you have like coral pinks over top of the yellows. And then on top of that, you know, we talk about all these color changes, but the usability and adaptability of this plant is amazing. It leaves out late. So if you're at a high elevation or you're somewhere where you have to worry about late threats of frost, Acer oliveranum often isn't in leaf quite yet, but as soon as it leaves out, it's got the vigor and is faster than almost anything else. So, I mean, it is beautiful and amazing. And guys, it makes a beautiful tree in your garden.
Oh yeah.
Guys, we're bringing back Livy in 1 gallons. Now, Livy is a tree that I was introduced to. And when the first time I saw this tree, I saw a 15-gallon specimen. So I could see exactly what was going on. The thing about Livy that makes it so special is it's a red dwarf Japanese maple. Now, as this tree ages, it starts to look more and more almost like a red Makawa Yetsubusa. It has a real tightly layering habit and gets thicker and thicker with age. And so it just has this really nice, tufted appearance out there too. Guys, this is a really cool Japanese maple that at a young age may look a little more bloodgood-like, but as this tree ages, it's going to remind you more and more of your Makawa out there. Amazing tree for that small garden.
Yeah, I just love like thinking about, sometimes, man, when I think about a tree, it just kind of like teleports me back in time to, you know, a couple of years ago whenever we were at Buckholtz shooting, you know, either a cultivar highlight or a crazy underrated plants for Livy. And it's just that tree that you're talking about, man. It is just so beautiful, this large specimen of it with that really kind of tiered, layered approach that it's got going on. And I just love kind of the sheen that the leaves have to it. It's kind of like this nice darker color red. I think that as time goes on, this is one that we're going to see in a lot of people's gardens just because the merits that it has, man. I really do enjoy this one. And, you know, it's a good time to pick one up, you know, this 1 gallon. Pretty nice to grow into that large 15-gallon.
And I've been told that Livy was introduced by the same nursery in Canada that introduced winter orange. So definitely some cool plants coming out of that nursery. I'll have to go visit at some point and try to figure out what else they might have. Definitely an amazing plant you need to have in your garden.
All right, guys, we got an awesome lace leaf. We got Acer Palmatum English lace coming up to you.
English lace is an introduction by Jerry Childs of Quilcene, Washington. He was a friend of ours we met at the Maple Society, and this was a chance seedling that he had that he was producing. And in the early stages, he had 2 versions of this and wanted us to grow both and help him evaluate. And we ended up figuring out which one was the better version that had the more upright form, and it became English lace. This is an amazing, more upright weeping lace leaf. Early stage, if you stake it up, it starts up upwards, and then it sort of arches and cascades out. It's one of the faster growing red lace leaves in the market today. So if you're looking for a red lace leaf that's going to have that Germain's gyration-like effect by getting big quickly, English lace is definitely that tree. It's beautiful, gives you good red color, and it gets out there quickly to make a good size and stature, especially if you're staking this at an early age.
Yeah, these ones always have some nice shape to them. I think staking it is pretty important, especially if you want to accentuate kind of that height and uprightness. Sometimes they'll hook a little bit, but you know, whenever I see a plant that, you know, just has a funky shape, don't forget, sometimes you don't have to always plant it exactly how it comes in the pot. You know, you can turn, tilt it, and move it to kind of help manipulate that structure and give you a really nice foundation. This is one of my favorite Japanese maples that there is. I picked up a nice XL one of these, man. The height is just perfect. I can't wait to watch it leaf out this spring. And yeah, I'm super excited because, yeah, the fall color on this, it's like a neon pink. You know, I think sometimes, you know, neon pink, that's hard to imagine. But if you see this thing in the fall time and the light is just like perfect, man, it just looks almost like this translucent kind of like cloud out there in the garden, man.
Now, if you're thinking back to our cultivar highlight we shot on this in Washington during one of the recent Maple Society meetings, you can go check that out on the MrMaple Show to see a specimen English lace out there in the landscape. and see what we're talking about by that more upright structure if staked, we got an excellent tree to show you with. So go check out that. Here's a cultivar highlight here on the Mr. Maple Show. If you're not subscribed here to the Mr. Maple Show, make sure you subscribe because we put out daily content all about Japanese maples. Guys, next up we've got Acer Palmatum Jeddeloh Orange, also known as Jeddeloh Orange.
Yeah, this is a beautiful orange lace leaf. That's just going to kind of just be amazing in the landscape, man. Great habit on this one, really nice wide habit, wider than it gets tall. And those colors are going to be just ever changing. Like I've said about some lace leaves before, I think that sometimes they are very, like the most changing, you know. We think of things like Orangeola, you think of even the greens kind of go through this really nice dynamic change as they kind of leaves harden off. Jeddeloh Orange is no different, man. It's a beautiful tree.
Yeah, I mean, I love the colors this thing provides, from that orange-red spring color, the nice cascading umbrella habit. The way the sublobes on the leaf, they're not as deeply divided, so it gives a unique texture for a lace leaf as well, just giving a soft overall appearance. Amazing orange fall color. Guys, I love this. It's one of the most underrated lace leaves, and it's one that sells out quickly, but guys, I can't do enough of this one. This one is beautiful.
Yeah, this is going to pair great with some of those other lace leaves. You know, going to look nice with that Siriu, maybe Siriu waterfall, and then the Jeddeloh Orange. Kind of get all those beautiful colors going on in the fall time. Going to look epic out there in the garden.
Y'all, next up, we're bringing you one of the rare members of the Ghost series. We're bringing you Baby Ghost, one of the slower selections. And guys, this is a beautiful, just pink reticulated Japanese maple. The original Baby Ghost resides in Capota Gardens in Seattle, Washington. It's a nice spreading out dwarf, so it gets up, but it'll actually grow much wider than it does tall. Very slow in its habits, and some good pink reticulation.
Yeah, you know, I was talking about trees kind of evoking memories. I think, you know, I won't say that the memory of Baby Ghost has been like tainted, but maybe enhanced a little bit, because, you know, whenever I think of Baby Ghost, I'm taken back to, you know, Halloween of, you know, 2025, whenever we had our, you know, Halloween costume. Yes, exactly. And Scott Gould, he showed up, and he was Baby Ghost, man. He played the part very well. This is an awesome tree. I mean, if you're going to dress up like Baby Ghost, I mean, you got to go all the way, man. He must love this tree, and I just love that kind of dwarf habit that this tree has, because that's what I like, is whenever you can mix and match certain habits of trees. You know, you get that dwarf compact habit plus that reticulated variety. And this one really has kind of a unique kind of pinkish red color that it leafs out with. And landscapes are shrinking as we continue on, so it's nice to be able to get all that, you know, pizzazz and beauty in a small package, man.
Man, it feels like this 10 at 10 has just been crazy. Lots of cool plants. We still got a couple more to go after this one. What else is crazy is our open houses. We've got one coming up on April 11th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. here at Mr. Maple. Guys, it's an awesome time. We love having you here. And our greenhouses have 400 to 500 different varieties of Japanese maples in them. You can go through and sometimes see over 100 varieties of Japanese maples in one greenhouse. We produce over 1,000 varieties of Japanese maples, and you never quite know what's going to be in a house. We try to bring some fun things out that are fun, exciting maples and other plants for you to be able to purchase at these open houses. So we'd love to have you here. It's always a fun time. We always get a good crowd of people who enjoy gardening and the same passions that you do, so it's a great time to meet other people who love that same thing too.
Yeah, man. A tree that I really love, man, that you might find at the open house if you're lucky. We got Rikuzen Shidare, guys. I got to see, you know, some of the original graphs off of this one whenever I was in Japan. And that was like a little bit of maple history right there, man. I mean, this was at a temple in Japan. You know, Yutaka Tanaka, he cut some of that maybe without asking permission, because maybe he did ask for permission and then they told him no, and then he did it anyway. But he came back, propagated this amazing weeping tree that doesn't share a lineage with Nakakomoto weeping.
And then the other part of the story of that is a tsunami came in and wiped out the original tree, and then Yutaka Tanaka took the temple back a big grafted tree and said, this is important to sharing. Kind of cool. But I'm telling you, this thing has large leaves. It's got a weeping habit that's very strong. So it's got a leaf like an Osakazuki, but a habit that would remind you something akin of Rikuzen or Shidare. I mean, just a strong weeping hooking habit. It goes to yellow in the fall, which is unique as well. Many of the other weeping palmate style leaves, with those small leaves though, typically go to more red. This one goes to that pure yellow in the fall. Very unique and special. Great fall color planting, great texture with a weeping large leaf Japanese maple. It's very special all the way around, whether it's the story of it being at a temple in Japan, a tsunami washing out the original one, or just the amazing characteristics this tree has. This is a tree that can add a lot to your garden.
Yeah, I just love that fall color. I think it just kind of fills me with joy thinking about this beautiful weeping tree and like a yellow falls. It really is a magical experience seeing this one in a large size, seeing it during that fall color, and it's going to be one that you're going to enjoy in your garden.
Guys, next up, we've got a red dwarf Japanese maple that's very rare, dense, compact, really slow growing. We've got Oaken's Red Mini.
Oh yeah, man. This one is really beautiful, red dwarf. That's going to play nice with a lot of, maybe some of those orange lace leaves we talked about earlier, man. Putting this in the landscape with some of those weeping varieties is definitely going to look pretty nice.
This has a dense, compact form. It's a selection that was at one of our friends' gardens, and it was a witch's broom found by George Oaken, and you know, it was unnamed. So later on, after he passed away, this friend put the name on it of Oaken's Red Mini and had us propagate it. The compact form, the red nature of this, it makes it great for small gardens. This is a very rare tree in the trade. It's something that's not frequently found, and it's a unique red witch's broom that just fits in those small places. Guys, great for your conifer beds, great for your small gardens. Habit 3 to 4 feet by 3 to 4 feet in 10 years. Make it a really good small Japanese maple.
Oh yeah, this is one. Might take this one home.
And last, y'all, we got an oldie but a goodie. We got some 2 gallons of Acer Palmatum Crimson Queen.
Yeah, man, we had to, give you a nice little palate cleanser after all that craziness that we just showed on here. Really nice sizes on these. I love kind of the shape that some of these got going on, a little serpentine action going on this beautiful lace leaf. Something that, I would maybe recommend doing is, pruning to accentuate the trunk, especially if you kind of have like a beautiful trunk like this. Sometimes planting them in different ways really is fun too. I know some high grafts, sometimes I will kind of lean them kind of towards our side and give them really just kind of some movement outwards like that. And it kind of really helps accentuate the weepingness of it, accentuates kind of the length of the graft. And super beautiful way to plant some trees.
Now these are grafted here and then staked up, so that allows you to have branches that are the Crimson Queen all the way up through here. Crimson Queen's known for having a lot of lateral branching and some really good crimson fall color. It was a selection by the Vercade family. Dave Vercade and Diane are good friends of ours. We've been friends with them for years. This came from their family, introduced so many amazing plants, fireball, and many rare conifers. So cool that this came from that family. And it's a classic in the nursery trade today. It's one of the best red weeping lace leaves for a slightly shaded position. If you've got a little more shade where a red dragon or Tamukiyama wouldn't hold its red color, Crimson Queen often will. It needs some protection from the hot afternoon sun in hotter climates, but the fact that it holds its color so well in the shade is definitely a superhero-like quality.
Yeah, I just love this tree. You see it in a lot of landscapes, and there's a reason. It's dependable. It's going to do what you want it to do. And I just love whenever trees fill that niche. They fill it perfectly and get kind of accepted by that large market, because sometimes the cream of the crop rises to the top, man. And this is one. I think that's definitely the case for.
So guys, that's 10 of our 20 trees getting listed. The other 10's in the email, and they're all getting listed at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on MrMaple.com. So guys, make sure you jump on fast. We got a crazy one for you today with a lot of crazy, awesome trees that you may have never heard of before, or some trees that just have some cool stories you need to add to your garden. Y'all, thanks for jumping in. Take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.